What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. Today's video is going to be a guide on this incredibly powerful weapon right here, the Cold Relations SMG, which has got perfect strained on it. I know a lot of you guys are aware of this gun. If you are not, go and farm it in the normal targeted loot pool for SMGs, and you should be able to obtain it anyway from that, from caches, open world. Just go farm targeted loot SMGs on Summit. That's probably the most effective way, with your friends, and then ask them to drop it for you if they have got it already. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is to explain this in a bit more detail. I have mentioned strained before, and I've only ever mentioned a trick on how to fully utilize the talent once or twice prior to making this video, including the one about this certain SMG, which I will link in the description if you guys want to see that video. It's one of the best SMGs in the game, and this is one of them as well. Definitely top class, and we're going to talk about this because with a 1.3 million armor SMG build, I can obtain, or I can get, over 1.2 million damage a shot, and that is incredible considering we don't have a lot of buffs, we don't have full red, and there are reasons for that. And I'm going to talk about that in today's video. You will also get some gameplay on a solo legendary summit run. So let's take a look at the gun from face value. It's one of the uglier looking guns, if I'm honest. I know I've got this pink camo, but I thought it suited it. I'm not a big fan of the design. Obviously, you know what variant it is. It is a very decent gun, but a lot of people don't use it, and I'm going to tell you why that is, and it's because of the modification slots. It only has got 2 modification slots, but if you think about it, we do have a 53 round magazine, which means it already has a mag in it. So that technically doesn't mean it's got 2, it's actually got 3. So if we discredit that, it doesn't matter, because if you look at strained as opposed to perfect strained, there's quite a big difference, and we're going to go through that as well. So we've got 134k base damage with this SMG. This is just a firewall specialization build. I have got it spec'd onto it with Hunter's Fury with Memento backpack, so we don't have Memento stacked up yet, and also just a Sockle of Concern chest with Intimidate. So I've got a God roll 1, luckily, and I've rolled damage to targets out of cover on the attribute. So 700 RPM is good, but to be honest, even less would be the best thing ever. 53 round magazine. Let's take a look at this talent, which I think is quite misunderstood in the community. So perfect strained, gain plus 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing. There are ways to actually cheese this if you guys don't know. This is how I've been doing solo runs for a while, and I kind of feel bad because I only mentioned it one of the videos prior to this, the trick that I've been using for a while. I've never ever seen anyone make a video about it, and it's really been helping me. I don't know if you can call it cheesing it, but I'll showcase it right now once we've gone through the gun. Then maybe I'll give you a bit of a spec into the build just to show you what I'm running. So the reason why this is so good with this weapon is because we have got a decent sized magazine, but the fire rate is only 700, which is quite low for an SMG. And that is great because that means we're spending more time firing the gun. So it stacks up to 8 times. Now, the problem is this is what a lot of people oversee, is that because we have got extra stacks, it means that it takes longer for the stacks to reach the capacity. So what happens is we hardly even get to use the 80% critical hit damage or the 8 stacks, because by the time we get to 7, the magazine's already gone. But I'm going to show you guys a trick as to why that is so powerful. What we can do quickly is just take a look and compare the two, the normal variant to the perfect variant. So as you can see, same crit damage amount, same time, but it's only 5 stacks. So that's 30% critical hit damage is massive, and that's another thing. Like I mentioned before, the tier 2 one, I did make a video about this gun. It is incredibly strong. Take a look at it, link in the description. So we've got 4 modification slots on a normal SMGs. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, oh, the Cold Relations only got 2, because I see this all the time. It's only got 2 modification slots. I don't want to use it. Remember, it's already got a big mag, so it's only missing 1. And guess what? The modification slot that it's missing, we've got a barrel, we've got a sight. What are we missing? We're missing a grip. So if you have a look at any other SMG in the game, this, for the Banshee, for example, we're missing this grip here, which maximum with a certain... Well, let's say, for example, with my firewall specialization, I think the max we can get is 10% critical hit damage. Okay, fair enough. But the difference is 30%. So you can see where I'm coming from. And let me quickly showcase exactly what I mean by getting the full use out of this weapon. So if we take a look how it works, like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, when we're firing the gun on the right hand side, there will be a counter. So 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 8. So 8 being 80%, 7 being 70%. So the problem with this gun is, as you can see, we'll be firing away 1, 2, 3, 4. Right when we hit 8, it stops. So I don't even think we even get one shot in, which is quite a shame. But let me show you a trick that I do know of. So all you got to do is just shoot like this until you stack it up, and then you have got the full stacks, and then you are hitting for ridiculous numbers for a large portion of the magazine. Now, if you do comparisons, it depends on how you do it. Sometimes it's a bit tricky, but that's normally what I do. Before I get into engagement, I get it only up to 3 or 4, and then we can actually hit the high numbers, and that's what allows me to get over 1 million more so of the magazine. And that is a very good way to get through content if you're struggling for damage, and allows you to spec more into critical, into survivability, like more armor and damage mitigation, or more armor on kill, things like that. And I just wanted to make this because the difference between strained is quite immense. And what I have found after my testing, like, I apologize, this video is going to be quite long, but I want to go through a bit of things in more detail. I'm sure you guys do enjoy these videos. So this gun, I rated this to be one of the best SMGs. Now, the nice thing about the Police TA21 is the fact that it's got a lesser fire rate and the same kind of magazine size. But the problem is we're missing 30% critical hit damage. And if you use the trick I just showed you, this gun ends up out damaging it quite significantly. But the thing is, in PvP, you can also do it. It is kind of cheesy. Now, I don't really play PvP that often these days, but I want to give it a try. Let me know in the comments down below. Try that technique. Maybe even send me a clip on my email address, which is on my channel, and maybe I can make a video of you guys trying that. I'd love to see that. I think they'll be quite fun, like a little trick, like just pre-fire, then see how much damage you could potentially do on enemy agents, because it should be quite significant because of the multipliers. Whew, I think I'm talking a bit too much here. So let's go through the build. Like I said, I don't want to go on forever, because analyzing this game is, there are two different ways you can approach this. On paper, this game, if you're a player who likes to go off on paper, you will always fail. That's what I think. If you go on practice and testing things for yourself and finding things out, that is the ultimate way of winning in this game. Some things on paper end up being good on paper, end up being bad in practice, and those are the things you have to kind of understand with this game. So let's take a look. So Sokolov with critical hit damage, critical hit chances. This is the build that I'm using, that if you're going to see the gameplay. And Hunter's Fury, it is just really, really good with this. Crit damage all around with Memento Bag. So when we get it stacked up, we get more weapon damage, armor regen, things like that. And currently, plus the 80% critical hit damage, we're at just under 120 with 53% crit chance. But all I have to do is just put this modification on. So I'd potentially go for crit chance here, I'd say. Yeah, we want to keep it above 52, 53%. So now we're currently sitting at 58.9. So this gun is very nice, and I've really been overlooking it. I kind of feel bad because I did a legendary mission with it. I was like, let me give it a try. And my word, I couldn't believe how easy it was. It was easier than using a Lady Death because of the mag size, the RPM, abusing strained. It's a lot of fun, and I really want you guys to give it a try, especially if you are struggling with solo content in this game. So make sure you guys do leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody very soon in the next video. Peace out, guys.